Hi everyone, my name is Samil Taylor, and for my capstone, I decided to focus on the demographic path to success, supporting first generation students in higher education. So, what is the issue and how does it impact higher ed? Basically, I'm focusing on the extreme lack of academic and developmental support that's provided to first generation college students. So, a first generation college student is defined as someone with neither parent having received a 4 year college degree. And currently, every 1 in 6 students who attend a 4 year collegiate institution is a first generation student. So automatically, we know that since their parents didn't attend college, there isn't that at home knowledge to pass down to help the student know how to navigate the application and admissions process, let alone what to do once they actually start going to college. Currently, almost 50% of all students enrolled in 4 year institutions nationwide are first generation college students. And the reason this matters is because with such a large percentage of students coming from the same demographic, it's important that the field of higher education, especially administrators, make sure that this demographic is provided with the necessary support it needs to succeed. And in order for that to happen, administration needs to have a better understanding of these students, their socioeconomic backgrounds, their cultural backgrounds. Where are they coming from? What are the things that stress them out? And how do these stresses affect their transition into college? Currently, this lack of support has begun to create a very noticeable achievement gap. And the achievement gap is between our first generation students and our continuing generation students. Um, and this achievement gap needs to be addressed sooner rather than later so that it gets smaller rather than getting bigger. So I decided to focus on Endicott College mainly because it's my alma mater. So as of right now, Endicott College is a 4 year private liberal arts institution. It's located in Beverly, Massachusetts, which is about an hour north of Boston. Um, Endicott is a predominantly white school. About 83% of the population identifies as white. And right now they're attempting to diversify their campus because only about 1.3% of the students identify as African American. I think 0.3% identify as Asian, and the percentages just get smaller and smaller. Endicott has a variety of satellite campuses, but the one that I want to focus on is Endicott Boston because that was put in place specifically for first generation college students. So I suggest throughout my paper that the main campus in Beverly utilize some of the Endicott Boston strategies to better understand first generation students, especially because a majority of Endicott's population is located in Beverly. There are about 2,500 students enrolled at the Beverly campus. Also, retention rates. Endicott's retention rate is amazing. It's 81%, which is 1% higher than the national average for schools that have the same makeup as it. So, 4 year private nonprofit school. And basically, I suggest that first generation students are supported residentially, as in, residence life creates a living space specifically for first generation students so that they feel like they have a group of peers that they can relate with immediately upon their arrival. And academic support, the Department of Student Affairs or and the academic deans work together to create a transitional mini course, which would be taken the first semester that a student arrives to the school. And basically, this caters to the first generation students' need of, what academic resources are on campus, what financial resources are on campus, putting them in touch with current students who are also first generation students, kind of to let these new students know that they aren't alone and they do deserve to be there just as much as everybody else. Why is this important to me? As an undergraduate student, a lot of my friends were first generation students, and I saw how this affected them socially as well as academically. They felt like they didn't have anyone to turn to. They felt like when they were doing badly in classes, they couldn't go to their professors to ask for help because they weren't really sure how to navigate it. I remember that I had to teach a few of my friends about the tutoring center and, the work study center and things of that nature. And I feel like all of this help should be coming from, the faculty and the staff. And as someone who wants to go into student affairs, mainly working in residence life or being the dean of students, I feel like this topic, this issue, it's so large, and that's why I want to focus on it now, so that once I take the steps to enter my career of choice, I will be able to bring this up and use my resources within the field of higher education to try to bridge the gap between first generation students and continuing generation students, because I do believe that first generation students, they don't receive the attention that they should. And as I stated before, this demographic is growing as the field of education grows, and we cannot just let them slip through the cracks. So I'm very passionate about this topic, and I hope that you enjoy my project. Thank you so much for your time.